Welcome to Nkari Quest, the journey of ancient mysteries and secrets.
It was a quiet morning, and Nkari was deep in thought, sitting at his usual spot by the window with a stack of old texts in front of him. He had been at it for a while, flipping pages, scribbling notes, and muttering to himself. His grandfather, Ada Ita, walked in, curious as always about what had caught Nkari's attention this time. "Grandfather," Nkari began, looking up with a spark of excitement in his eyes, "I've been reading about the word sacrament. It says it's a sacred gift, but then I started thinking, could it come from our language?" Ada Ita stopped, smiled, and pulled up a chair. He said, settling in. "Tell me what you're thinking." Nkari leaned forward, pointing to his notes. "In Nkem Ejagam, we say Ishokaromer. It means God, the Savior, gave me. Doesn't that sound like sacrament? And then I thought about my name, Nkari. It means gift. It's all connected, isn't it?" Ada Ita chuckled softly. "You're not wrong, Nkari. Isha, or Sa, refers to the Creator and Savior. Ka means to give. Your name fits right in. This idea of a sacred gift has been in our language for generations, long before these books you're reading were written." Nkari sat back, letting the thought sink in. If his language carried such deep, ancient meanings, could it really have influenced the words spoken in faraway lands? Later that day, Nkari and Ada Ita headed to Elder Ekong's home. Elder Ekong was known for his knowledge of words, especially old ones, and Nkari could hardly wait to hear what he had to say. The elder welcomed them with his usual warm smile, offering a seat under the shade of a big tree in his yard. Nkari wasted no time, diving right into his question about the connection between Ishokaromer and sacrament. Elder Ekong nodded slowly as he listened, then began to speak. "The idea of sacred gifts, grace, as some call it, is not new," he said. "In the New Testament Bible, the Greek word translated as grace is charis, a gift from the divine. But your language, Ejagam, is more ancient. The root of ka, to give, and Nkari, gift, actually influence these words, carried across lands and through time." Nkari's eyes lit up. "So, you're saying our language might have shaped words like sacrament and charis? That what we say here could be part of something bigger?" Elder Ekong smiled. "Exactly, young man. Words travel. They change. They adapt. But they carry with them the seeds of where they came from. Our words hold history, not just for us, but for others too." Nkari glanced at his grandfather, who was nodding in agreement, and felt a sense of pride swelling in his chest.
In Ejagam, we say Ishokaromer, which means the Creator and Savior gave me. This phrase connects to the idea of a sacrament, a sacred gift. In Greek, the word charis means grace, a divine gift. These words share a common thread, stretching back through history.
The story returned to the courtyard. Elder Ekong leaned back, his voice steady. "This is why we honor our words. They carry meaning, not just for us, but for others who may never even know their roots." Nkari nodded, still piecing together everything he had learned. He looked at his grandfather and said, "My name, Nkari, means gift. But it's not just my name, is it? It's a reminder of where we come from." Ada Ita smiled, placing a hand on his shoulder. "Yes, Nkari, your name is part of that gift, a part of something ancient and enduring. Never forget that words carry more than sound. They carry history, meaning, and connection." The sun was setting as Nkari and his grandfather walked back home. The light bathed the village in warm gold, and the sounds of the evening began to rise. A distant drumbeat, the call of birds, the hum of voices. Nkari looked up at his grandfather. "If our words hold this much meaning," he said thoughtfully, "then my name is more than just mine. It's part of a bigger story." Ada Ita nodded, smiling down at him. "It is, and that story is still being told, with every word you speak." Nkari glanced at the horizon, where the last light of day met the coming night. He felt connected to his name, his language, and the world in ways he hadn't before. And so, Nkari discovered that his name was more than just a name. It was a part of a story told across time and cultures, a reminder of the gifts carried in language and shared with the world.